Hello,
Thank you for joining us and welcome to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm Mike Rusnak.
I'm Everest Tall. Today, it's lunar eclipse season. We're going to talk to you guys out there about the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse that's happening.
On September 17th or 18th, depending on where in the world you are, on September 17th, the lunar eclipse occurs at 8:34 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 10:34 p.m. Eastern Time and 3:34 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time on the 18th. Now, can you feel the energy? Do you feel like it's getting more and more intense? Like we're getting squeezed and we're also getting a little foggier?
Do you feel the liminal space?
Well, we're here to talk about that now. The first thing I want to say about this lunar eclipse is that eclipses supercharge moons.
Yeah.
So full moons bring matters to a head.
Yes.
And a full moon eclipse is like a life-changing event.
Right.
And you could feel the echo of that happening up to a month before and up to 6 months after the full moon.
And this is a lunar eclipse, which is an emotional eclipse. It has less to do with our ego, which is the sun.
And our daytime life.
And it's more about, especially with this one, about the unconscious, our dreams, our emotions, the public, and a little bit about maternal aspects.
Yeah, and definitely relationships.
Relationships.
Of all sorts.
This has been the name of the game. The eclipses have been going through this Aries, Libra axis, which is about the self and relationships, and there's been a lot of breakups, a lot of changing of the way we do things with others, a lot of legal
individuation and going your own way and forging your own path. And this year is Wood Dragon year, so it's been a lot of fire, a lot of growth, a lot of discomfort.
But this is the first eclipse in the Pisces energy.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
Which is not about the self and others. It's about spirituality. It's about the unconscious.
It's about the collective. World between worlds, the unseen world.
Mutable water, limitless water.
Yeah.
It's a much different vibe, and it's going to feel a lot different.
For the mutable signs, they will feel this eclipse most acutely. Yeah. So Pisces and Virgo, because that's our axis that we're on, Gemini and Sagittarius, you will feel this probably more than the other signs. But don't worry.
Don't worry. We're here to help
you.
We are here to help you.
So the first thing I want to say is that the moon will be closely conjunct Neptune.
Right.
Which rules the sign of Pisces, and Neptune has been in retrograde. So this is a lot of reflection and review and looking and listening to our dreams and our intuition, our daydreams, our night dreams. Right. Maybe you've been like us. We've been dreaming and dreaming and not really remembering the dreams, but we know that we've lived this full experience when we're asleep.
So Neptune, just quickly, Neptune rules Pisces. Neptune is a gas giant. One of the things with Neptune is it adds a lot of fog, a lot of atmosphere, a lot of mist,
a lot of inspiration. But you know how that goes. That inspiration can carry you too far. You could have one too many drinks. You could get a little too blackout drunk.
Yeah. It has to do with fantasy.
And we have to always urge that caution, be careful with overindulgence and escapism at this time. Yeah. Because this is a big one.
It's a big one.
You easily get lost in the fog.
Yeah. If you have issues with drugs and alcohol, just be aware about that. Call a buddy.
Call your sponsor.
It's a Neptune moon. Neptune rules illusion, film, cinema.
Prisons, jail.
Liquids,
water, blood,
psychic abilities. You get the vibe.
Yeah. So that's the moon conjunct Neptune.
But on the other side,
the moon will also be square Gemini. And the moon will also be opposite Mercury. So that means miscommunications, of course, could happen. If we're talking and not in tune with what we're saying, not completely connected. And then moon square Jupiter in Gemini could leave us open to overthinking, overdoing it, spinning our wheels.
Believing our own myths.
Yes. And Venus will be in conjunct with this moon.
Right.
So this is relationships, it's love, it's romance, it's also money and
Law,
values.
legal issues. If you have some legal issues, yeah, we got to take care of that on Earth so we can excel on astral plane.
But also, Sun is going to be in a trine.
Yeah.
So that's our ego. Will be in a trine to Pluto, which is in Capricorn, and Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus. So
Right.
if we're harnessing the energy of this trine, if we're staying earthy, staying grounded, staying practical, and if we know that, there will be surprises.
Yep.
It's a full moon. Full moons are always dicey.
Right. They're always dicey.
Always, because the moon is our emotions.
Right.
And it's the other side of our ego, and it's
Right.
far away. So far that we can't be connected to what's going on in our ego. And that's why people fall into lunacy during a full moon.
Uh-huh. And it's a political season, as we know in the United States. So there's a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of lies and deceit.
There's a lot of spin.
And control happening.
Yeah.
Saturn is in Pisces on the other side of the moon. So here's Neptune, here's the moon, here's Saturn. And that's adding this element of control and structure.
Control and structure, but also delay.
Delay.
Because Saturn is a master of delay. Let's delay getting to the end of the lesson to see if we could learn another way and explore yet another way and a third way and a fourth way until it's so frustrating, right?
It's so frustrating. You thought you were done with the test, but you're not done with the test. All right, so back to the beginning of this Pisces cycle. I was talking to Mike about it last night, and I was very excited that this is how we begin this psychic expansion of humanity with Neptune here, the moon here, and Saturn there.
On the other side.
On the other side.
Sandwiching the moon.
Sandwiching it. So in our subconscious, me personally, that there's a lot of downloads and self-development that will happen unconsciously that we're not quite aware of.
Because of Neptune.
Because of Neptune.
The inspiration.
But I also think because of Saturn, there's a barrier to this inspiration that's happening behind the scenes, and it'll eventually kind of ooze.
Well, inspiration is nothing unless you could do something with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's got like a blind structure happening with it. And over time, over the next couple of eclipses...
You're talking about an unfolding.
That's the word I think that's better than ooze.
It's a gentle unfolding.
But yeah, a psychic unfolding is beginning to happen to us.
So, like the messages that we're receiving in our dream downloads, maybe we don't remember it when we're, making breakfast or cutting vegetables.
No, you don't.
But weeks, months from now, it may be, oh my God, I know what to do.
Right.
Like an instinct. Right?
Exactly. There's an instinct being developed in our unconscious that we're not aware of right now. And it's a spell that's happening, and we'll be able to see it soon in the future, which I find...
In retrospect, when it's all done.
I know. Our future selves will be like, oh, that was that thing. That was why I had that dream about that paper towel. It's like because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm very excited. And hopefully we've listened to our other, Aries, Libra experiences, and we've gotten rid of...
to be less cooperative, less needy, perhaps, and
codependent.
More strengthened in our individuation.
Yeah. And as we are individually strengthened, we can spiritually expand, and we can help everybody.
And also, this moon has a frenetic feeling because we're getting towards the end of Virgo, right? So this is our full moon. It's our culmination of the moon cycle right before the equinox, which is 5 days after this moon. So it's this feeling of trying to get everything done and packed and ready before we change, right? Before we shift into a new season.
Yeah, before we gotta get ready, we gotta put all the pool noodles away. Got to get ready for the fall. Pack it all up.
So we're gonna go sign by sign.
Yes.
And talk about, and we're gonna pull cards too with each sign.
Right.
These are well shuffled and then cut.
I was witness.
And-
Mike shuffled beforehand.
Yeah, you're gonna have to trust us.
We're gonna so we're gonna talk. Start with Pisces
Because we always end with Pisces, and
it's your moon.
I think that Pisces needs to be first this time,
Right.
you know?
Okay.
Because for Pisces and Pisces rising, what do we have for you? The Chariot,
The Chariot.
which is the Cancer card.
Cancer card. Okay, so this is happening in your first house, Pisces,
Yeah.
which is about your
Your ego, yourself, your very real physical self.
Your physical-
development, and your physical space, and the way that you hold yourself in this world, and the way you present to everybody.
your body in space, in placement with the world. Here we got the Chariot. The Chariot is about speed and movement, but also about balancing opposite polarities. We got these black and white little sphinxes there. And, we don't want to have that Ben-Hur moment where we fall off our chariot and get crushed. We want to keep it upright and stable. And by emotionally keeping ourselves level and adjusted and looking at the terrain, our physical terrain in front of us, and steering ourselves and guiding ourselves properly, we will make it through and expand ourselves.
And this person doesn't look particularly stressed thinking about how to control. It's intuitive. Barely holding on to the reins.
Right.
You know,
It's very light.
balancing work life, balancing home life.
Yeah.
Finding that
Yeah,
beautiful point where you're barely putting any pressure.
but you're in absolute control.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, Aries. We're gonna be.
Okay, so Aries. What card do we have for Aries?
Okay.
Beautiful.
So this is 12th house.
Yes. For Aries, this energy hits your 12th house. That's your house of spirituality practices. This may be a new idea that you have, like, I've never meditated. I've never tried yoga. I've never tried, oh my God, heart work.
Yeah,
or
or breathing.
work, or just a movement class or something really out there and otherworldly, though, for you.
Now, this is fascinating for this eclipse because we were talking about that Neptunian fog. So here's that fog, and this is a sword, so it's thoughts, ideas, legal issues, and there's clarity kind of coming up. So what was foggy over the past year or so, 6 months, is pinpoint, precise, clear.
Yeah. This could also mean paranormal contact.
Bingo! Oh, yeah.
Contact with the spirit world.
Right.
Your planet is in the sign of Cancer.
Yeah.
Which isn't really good for working and doing things, but it is good for harvesting empathy and, making yourself really soft.
Yes. Perhaps a moment of empathy has come to you where it's really, really, really clear.
Yeah, it's really important, and part of your new paradigm,
right,
to be this soft new
and this is
emperor,
and this is 12th house, so this is spirituality. This is, and I also think that this is because it's a individuation dragon year. It's about personal spirituality, personal epiphanies,
personal epiphanies. Like,
this isn't theory.
This is remembering the twinkle in the eye of your grandmother who has passed away. And remembering the twinkle in the eye is the spirituality.
Right.
Yeah.
Taurus.
For Taurus. And Taurus rising.
Taurus, we're in your 11th house, which is all about friends and family and your relationship.
Is this how friends and family feel for Taurus?
Is this friendship?
But it's friends, it's networks, it's outside, it's also technology. Uranus is in your sign still, Taurus, and it's retrograde. So this is reflective and more of internal surprises.
Right.
It's not stuff that's going to happen outside, but it's stuff that you're going to go, oh. But if you're prepared for that, if you're expecting those surprises, and please do expect surprises.
Now, these fellows here who are involved in this circular battle, they're children. They're teenagers. They're immature. It's a circular argument having to deal with passions. Wands are passions. They represent fire. They're a very versatile tool. You can use them to whack each other on the head with. You poke. You can walk with them. You can build a house.
You could make a pentacle out of the five.
You could make a pentacle out of the five
Which
if
is-
these people would get their act together.
Yeah, which is Taurus. It's
Yeah,
money.
you
It's
could make-
values. You could build something more valuable. But is there value in this circular argument? In this
Right.
play? In this scene?
Is there, and this is an emotional moon, is there an emotional frustration that's happening with this circular argument? Can you restructure these five people into a pentacle, into value?
Does it all feel like herding cats? I think it's a lot for Taurus, because they're fixed signs.
It's been rough, I think.
It has been rough, but you know what?
What?
They're lucky to have Uranus in their 11th house position
Yeah.
right here. If they expect these breakthroughs and expect those surprises and work that in, build that in.
You'll be successful.
Yeah. So for Gemini.
Gemini
rising.
Okay, this is in your 10th house. This is your
And-
public.
And this energy is squaring. This eclipse is squaring to you. So you will feel this acutely.
And you might be feeling very satisfied with it.
And that's a lot of feeling right there.
That's a lot of feeling. 9 of Cups. Cups are feelings. This is sometimes talked about as wish fulfillment. And if you see this fellow here, now this is happening in your 10th house.
So this is considering your public image.
Your public image, career, but also your public image. They have a red turban. They're thinking about their emotional space within this eclipse. And we have Jupiter there. It's kind of expanding it.
Jupiter is in its fall in your sign. So be careful of that overthinking, overdoing it.
Maybe a
Obsessive.
bit obsessive, maybe a bit cocky, a bit haughty, defensive. This fellow looks a little defensive and a little haughty, a little pride, and you know what happens after pride?
The fall.
The fall.
Yeah.
So be aware
Of your self-criticism.
and the criticisms of others. 9 of Cups. But for some people out there, this is really like kind of cool, happy, satisfied, joyful energy for Gemini.
Be gentle and expect surprises. Just keep looking. Just keep asking. What does it mean? What does it mean? For Cancer and Cancer rising.
Boom!
Oh, the King of Swords.
Okay.
And that's fabulous because this energy hits your 9th house. Cancer rising. Yeah, your beliefs, your
Higher education.
philosophy, higher education, studying, your pursuits, your traveling, your hobbies.
This is an awesome card,
Right?
For that. It's the King of Swords. The King of Swords is in charge of he's an inspirational thought king. He doesn't need to wear any armor. He's got the sword of truth. He's front and center. He's looking you straight in the eye because there's no diverting from truth and justice.
He's seeking.
He's seeking.
He's not shy about it. He's looking right out.
Right out. And the sky is kind of billowy and there's kind of a wind coming in.
Yeah, and it may be not comfortable because Mars, again, is in your sign, and that's uncomfortable. But Mars is urging you to break out of that shell, out of your zone.
But this also kind of has that Martian authority. You know, like I know what's right. I know what's kind and good and generous. And I know how to administer law. There's no arguing with this fellow. He just knows how to administer law.
Well, it's nice to know, but it's better to seek.
It is.
I don't know what you want me to say here. All right, so for Leo and Leo rising, this energy hits your 8th house. Yes, Leo. So that's
your cup runneth over. That is some juicy loving.
It's sex. It's money. It's especially other people's money.
It's other people's money.
And it's about detoxification.
Correct.
Right?
So this is
Transformation, transmogrification.
traditionally ruled by Scorpio. water. It's like the depths of the well. It's kind of unseen
Yeah.
pools.
And for a Leo, it's hard to see themselves as part of something else because they're so good at just, putting themselves front and center. But for us, for Leos, this is looking at how we are part of another economy.
Correct.
Right? Of other people's money,
Yeah.
other people's sex and death and rebirth.
Yeah.
And cycles.
Other people's money / values. It's emotional. It's an emotional moon. It's a full moon. It's a lunar eclipse. Emotions perhaps around other people's finances.
And eclipses hide the message, so be patient. I mean, everyone be patient. Everyone.
Yeah, you're not going to know it.
You won't have all the pieces of the puzzle right away.
Especially with Neptune in there. If you feel, dear Leo, talk about myself for a second. If you feel, dear Leo, emotionally overwhelmed and you can't put your finger on it, Neptune is there kind of creating a fog of discontent and,
But trust that the messages are coming in and you will remember them.
Bingo.
Okay, Virgo rising. Ooh,
beginner's mind. Now we're talking.
That's beautiful for you,
I love
Virgo,
this.
because this energy hits your 7th house, and that's your relationships.
And it's Virgo season.
Yeah, and this is intense. It could be partnerships. It can be breakups. It can be knowing that you're not getting what you need and you need to start anew. Yeah. I need to start at the beginning again.
I emotionally am starting new on this.
Again. It's my karma. It's my law.
And doesn't it feel great? Doesn't it feel fresh?
It's okay. The sun is in your sign. And Mercury, your planet, is in your sign too.
Yeah.
So use those two to sharpen your perspective, your ego, your mind, and your communication.
And this is still a Pisces moon dealing with spirituality, the unconscious, and like real big off-world concepts here too.
And for Virgos, I think the hardest thing, and their kryptonite, is to say, I don't know.
Right.
I just don't know. Right? And to live in that, I don't know. Know. And to be okay with it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I am brand new. Beginner's mind. Okay,
so
Libra.
For Libra and Libra rising.
Oh my gosh. You got your card.
You got your own card.
That's justice. Libra. Oh, wow.
And this energy hits your 6th house. So this is your house of health and service to others. That service, that balance, that day-to-day.
Day-to-day routines.
And the routines. And that sounds boring, but listen, Venus is there in your sign to help you find balance and to keep that romance and that mystery and beauty, just the beauty of sheer curiosity.
And maybe it's just the balance of having something really emotionally satisfying and ordinary after an extraordinary, kind of South Node transit. Maybe now after all that work you've been doing, it's just a regular day-to-day routine that's been hammered out. There's a new emotional space in how we service our community. Also has to do with health. It's time to go to the doctor.
It's time to find some fun, though, and some spontaneity.
Well, yeah,
too,
of course.
For them.
Okay.
Scorpio rising.
Oh my God. Mike really did shuffle. This is Scorpio's card.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this eclipse is hitting you in your 5th house. So that's fun and love and joy and children.
Children with death.
Yes, and creativity. And, Mars is in Cancer. Your planet is in Cancer. So that's making it more difficult because Mars doesn't like being in Cancer. But it is gathering a lot of empathy.
A lot of empathy. And why do we need empathy? We need empathy because there's one thing that's true. Everything changes. There is a cycle that's being talked about here.
Yeah.
And death, the death card is not real physical death.
No, death is just transformation.
It's transformation. The transformation.
Like the phoenix.
It comes in, it shakes things up, it changes things around. There's a brand new dawn happening in there, having to do with how we have fun, how we have joy.
And what has kept you from joy, from fun, from childhood, from curiosity, from just pure romance. Just
romance.
Real, what's kept you from being free and easy?
Yeah. Now, a word of caution, dear Scorpios, keep it light, keep it, I think kind of keep it simple for this.
Just keep it simple.
Keep it simple, keep it basic, keep it kind of childlike.
Keep listening.
Keep listening to everybody.
For Sag and Sag rising, this, three of cards
are great.
This energy hits your fourth house, Sagittarius.
Fourth house. This is a circle of friendship. This is cups, emotional.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and the fourth house is about home.
Mm-hmm. Home security.
Coziness, security, maternal feelings.
How we nourish
instincts.
ourselves. How we really mother ourselves. Kindness. The information we take in.
Jupiter, your planet, is in Gemini, so it's fall. So maybe there is some rebalancing needed.
Yeah.
And don't fool yourself. Don't tell yourself stories.
Yeah.
Listen to the reality of what you're missing as far as that fourth house is concerned, right? You're nurturing maternal needs.
But with this Three of Cups, this is like really a supportive, emotional space. This is great for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
What do those three cups mean?
Yeah. Oh wait. A little bit about Three Cups. They're dressed different. They're coming from different places. So it's a real expanded circle of support that's coming close into you.
Yes, threes do expand.
Yeah.
Okay, for Capricorn and Capricorn rising, this energy hits your third house.
Yeah.
It's getting a little funny.
That's funny. That is really, really funny.
Okay. So for you guys, third house, that's short travel, siblings, the neighborhood.
The neighborhood,
Are
siblings.
you a part of the neighborhood, or is the neighborhood just a word you know?
Right.
Is it, or do you have a neighborhood in another neighborhood?
What is your neighborhood?
Yeah.
Like that concept of a neighborhood and neighbors is different in 2024 than in 1924.
1954, right?
Because it's also a technological neighborhood. It's an online neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And what is our responsibilities to our neighborhood? Now, Two of Pentacles. We're balancing things. Pentacles are values. They're also money.
So with this, it looks very tense, very choppy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There could be like a financial dispute. Perhaps there's an emotional
or perhaps
space.
Just Pluto retrograding into your sign for 3 final months before moving out finally.
Right.
Maybe Pluto is making it heavier, deeper. Like you're asking philosophical questions.
Real grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
There is this
a lot of darkness and a lot of just high anxiety in these final moments.
And there's this notion with this card with the twos that one thing has to be given more importance than the other. When you're balancing things or if you're juggling, you can't keep the same thing moving in one hand. It's got to be kind of rotated, and there's got to be a decision made on how to keep it balanced. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In your neighborhood, siblings, finances, communications, interpersonal communications.
Aquarius.
Hi.
Aquarius rising. This. So this is about your second house.
It's my
That's
money.
Your house of money, values, wealth, work, beliefs, cash, prizes.
And prizes. Maybe
stuff.
Maybe a cycle is over. Mm-hmm. This is 10 of Swords. Mm-hmm. these are thoughts. This is not real. It could be real, but this is thoughts. It's the end of a cycle. Now, this fellow here who is dead and stabbed in the back.
Thinking maybe I should make a new Amazon account.
maybe I need a new email. But he's got this blessing in his hand. The end of the cycle is a blessing. Now, with finances, this is a very stressful, cash and prizes kind of energy. There's a lot of shame and kind of guilt and unknowns with it. It's an emotional energy. End of a cycle.
But it's a new dawn.
It's a new dawn.
This is a new dawn. This is we're never going to be worrying about, making rent again, living in New York again, trying to make, some possible rent and being just house poor,
being house poor. No, seriously,
just getting frustrated to the point where it has to be new.
It has to be new.
Different. This is new rules time.
It's not just cakes and drinks. It's also because it's Pisces, the spiritual values, the spiritual value that nourishes you.
Now, when you think about spirituality and then the second house, there has to be some
it's still there. There's
reconciliation between the two, right?
It is there. So by refining what we nourish ourselves.
Yes.
It's not like just like water. It's, life. If you with your thoughts readdress how we think about nourishing ourselves and feeding ourselves and what is valuable. I got it. What's valuable?
What's real value?
What is real value? What is real value? Is it a full pocket of quarters going to the arcade? Or is it a hug from grandma,
And thoughts are daggers, Well, with that...
Oh, man, with that...
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And let us know what your experiences are with this eclipse. I'm very curious to hear what everyone's going to go through.
We really are very fascinated, and all joking aside, we take this very seriously, and
we live by it.
We believe in this stuff, and we believe in you. And if you're at all interested in a reading from Mike and Everest, please reach out.
We would love to.
We would love to. We're just here, and we've got a new work phone, so I'm excited about that.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the next moon.
Bye.